What's up, guys? We are back here in Archeage, and we're going to check out some of the economy. And one of the big things is that mining has actually jumped up way in value. This is the best time on the fresh start servers to actually mine, which is nuts. So every time you mine an iron vein, you're going to get about 3 or 4 iron ore, which used to be crap. Used to be absolute crap. But now, we look at the auction house prices over here. This is the fresh start servers. They're selling for right around 6 to 8 silver, depending on the time of the day. Look at the big jump in iron values. That is nuts, guys. So every time, we'll just say that you get 3, for example. Every time that you pop one of these nodes, it's going to cost you 10 labor at base value. You're going to get at least 3 iron, so we'll say 7, which is about average, which means you're getting over 2.1 silver per labor spent. That may not be a lot, and it definitely isn't the best thing in the world to do with your silver per labor, but for mining, this is absolutely nuts. Mining has never been this good, ever, and this is the best time to mine. Plus, if you actually have 230,000 mining, you can open up the specialty nodes. You also get stone out of these things occasionally, which again around 7 or 8 silver each. So as you see, we're picking up raw stone here. Again, average about 3. So if you can get lucky, and if you can get the raw stone and then the iron in one pop, you're going to get around 40 silver per 10 labor points at base value, which that's pretty good. The reason that this is good is that it's a fast, quick activity. Coin purse farming is still way better, and it's always going to be better because people don't do it. But we're over here in Solace Headlands, and you probably know this area. And this area used to be just filled with people, but now you can just mine non-stop now because people aren't mining, and that's why the value is up. People are using the mining drills instead of mining because it's a lot easier. You get a lot of the higher quality materials, but when you really look at it now, all the higher end materials besides Archeage ore are not worth anything. So copper, silver, gold, they are not worth anything. They're worth like 2 or 3 silver each. You want the iron. Iron is the best thing to mine. And you'll notice that we actually just passed up our Fortuna a little while ago. Those right there are not something you actually even want to mine. So this takes 20 labor points. And here, I'll show you, for example, when you mine it, you only get the specialty ones and you get raw stone. So we got copper and 5 raw stone. Raw stone, not that, raw stone is around 7 or 8 again, so that's about 40. But it cost us 20 labor points. And then the copper, let's take a look at the copper over here. Copper is about 2 silver per, so that means that specialty item that we just got, the copper, is absolutely worthless. That means for 20 labor points, we approximately got around 35 silver. I mean, just doing the basic one, where for 10 labor points, we're getting around 21 silver. So it's better just to mine the iron veins. Potentially, you could get the Archeage ore in the Fortunas, and that's what you want, but they're very, very, very rare. So I mean, unless you got a ton of labor to burn, I wouldn't bother that with the Fortunas. I would just pop all the basic ones, because once again, you can get up to about 4 silver per labor point. And you are looking for the really specialty ones, the ones that take 230,000 mining proficiency. If you get those guys, and if you have that 230,000 proficiency in mining, you can make a lot of money, because in those guys, the very basic ones, we touched upon this before on the channel, actually provides a lot of Archeage ore. That is the best way to get Archeage ore, is to pop those guys. And I forget if the Archeage ore is actually available in the specialty cave way up here in the Ecloc's cave. I believe Archeage ore is available up there, so you go and contest the mining cave and look for the Archeage ore. But again, I'm not 100% certain right now, so please post down below in the comment section. Again, mining is a great activity to burn tons and tons of labor. If you are kind of, labor strapped, you have a lot of labor, and you don't really care too much about your silver per labor ratio, if you do have that 230,000 mining, this is going to be the best time to just go hit the nodes and hope for those big I don't even know what they're called. They're unidentified ores, I believe it is. Unidentified nodes. We haven't got one yet, but those things will give you a ton of Archeum ore. So the only item that is worth money is that Archeum. So again, silver is around 4, gold is around 2, copper around that 2. Archeum ore is the only other one that you want to actually harvest and really look for. Those come out of those big 230,000 specialty nodes. So yeah, this is a great time. If you got your mining up, go hit the basic nodes, grab that iron. Iron is selling for an insanely high price, and iron is still just rising in value too. So I will talk to you guys later. And if you did win a dolphin, you have been contacted. Make sure that you watch the link down below on how to receive your private message, because it is a little bit tricky. I will talk to you guys later.